Hello, friends. I'm Leigh Brown, and welcome back to Real Estate from the Rooftops, where I'll talk to you about some of the high-level things that affect real estate in your neighborhood, whether you're a realtor or a, normal person who probably wants to be a realtor, let's be honest. So today we're going to talk about a very not sexy topic, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, also known as the GSEs. Now, the reason we're talking about this, and don't tune me out yet, is that this is critical to understanding the health of our housing markets and the health of our financial and lending markets. And no, you don't hear this talked about in the mainstream media or in the news because this is not a sexy topic. However, it's really smart people who pay attention to not sexy topics because those are the things that impact our day-to-day lives. Now, the chances are that your mortgage in your house is backed by a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac note. Nearly 80% of the residential market is backed by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Now, the future is the big question here. These were taken under government guidance during the Great Recession, and we as taxpayers own Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So for future market stability, what should happen? Should these become privatized? Should the government keep them? Should there be a public-private partnership? Now, if you're watching this prior to January 14th and you're a realtor, you can actually access a webinar with information about the future of Fannie and Freddie. So we'll have that link in the show notes for you. But if you're watching this after January 14th, don't worry, there'll be more follow-ups coming. But here's one of the things that you should be aware of as we consider the future of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Now, one thing many agents don't know and many consumers don't know is that even vacation mortgages can be underwritten by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So can investor mortgages. This is what provides stability to the lenders in the marketplace. And frankly, it's one of the reasons the U.S. tends to have a very robust housing market. So there is a proposal right now for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to tighten the rules on condos and buildings in vacation locales, especially the ones that have short-term rentals, most famous being, of course, Airbnb, but they're not the only ones, and the ones that have hotel-like amenities. So Fannie Mae in December of 2020 changed its rules to make it clear that it won't back certain loans in high-rent vacation areas, and Freddie Mac following their guidance. So what's happening is there's an effort to shrink the footprint in backing mortgages in vacation areas, because if Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac exist to encourage home ownership and encourage affordability, does that happen in vacation areas? Well, one of the pushback reasons from the realtors is that it's not just investors and fancy people who live in vacation areas. You actually have workforce housing. You have permanent workers that live in vacation areas. And so these could be buildings where you have primary owners in there and not just second home owners. And we've seen this grow during the 2020 era of work from home. Many realtors, including myself, experienced increased phone calls from clients who said, hey, I'm going to buy my vacation house now and I'm going to go on and live in it, because if I can work from home, why not work from home at the beach or in the mountains? So these became primary residences in vacation areas. If you take away the ability for somebody to get backed financing, you're going to have limited credit. Limited credit means increased cost of credit, which could damage lots of areas around the country. And when we think about this, it's important that you always open your mind up to the 30,000 foot view and realize that if you clamp down on second home areas, you're never only clamping down on second home owners, you're also harming the service industry around those areas. You're harming the entrepreneurs that thrive in a market that does have tourism and has guests. So it's bigger than that. And we're also seeing a lot of people who own their primary residence. Maybe they go on vacation for 2 weeks and they'd like to Airbnb or short-term rent it while they're gone. Realtors as a whole, we really love people having freedom to use their property as they see fit. So there's some really big level conversations going on here, and it could impact you. So if you're a realtor watching this, please pay attention to any conversations around Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. You can always get updates at realtorparty.realtor, where you can find out what steps the realtors are taking as a trade association so that you can stay in touch with your elected officials. If you're not a realtor and this sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher to you, make sure that as you talk to your local realtor, you ask questions. And there are realtors in every market who are very astute at these topics, and they're looking out for the long-term health of the marketplace, the long-term ability to protect and preserve home ownership and increase opportunities for our neighbors. That's what we are supposed to do as realtors and, frankly, as good neighbors. So if you have more questions about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, you're welcome to message me, leave a comment, and make sure you subscribe for the next episode of Real Estate from the Rooftops, and I'll keep bringing you updates and information that will make you a smarter neighbor when it comes to housing and housing policy. I'll see you next time.